The observation deck of the Caltharian research vessel Infinite Curiosity hummed with the soft bioluminescence that the species preferred over harsh artificial lights. Lisa pressed her palm against the transparent aluminum viewport, watching the violet canopy of designation 447's jungle stretch endlessly below. Somewhere down there, Alex was 3 hours into what the Caltharians called the Death Walk. Your companion displays remarkable ignorance of basic survival protocols. Observer Zithrak clicked through his translation matrix, his 4 eyes blinking in asynchronous patterns that Lisa had learned meant disapproval. Alex knows exactly what he's doing, Lisa replied, though her fingers drummed nervously against the viewport. The tracking chip embedded in Alex's neck showed his vitals on the holographic display: elevated heart rate, increased cortisol, but nothing approaching panic. How long until the Vrexith finds him? Zithrak's tentacles coiled tighter around his floating observation throne. The apex predator has already detected his chemical signature. Estimated contact, 4 minutes, 17 seconds. He paused, mandibles clicking. I continue to protest this unnecessary sacrifice. The human could observe from safety. We have extensive recordings of Vrexith hunting behaviors. We didn't come 17 light years to watch videos, Lisa said. Humanity needs to know if we can survive on worlds like this. Real data, real encounters. 3 months ago, the Caltharian Science Collective had made first contact with humanity, sharing their vast catalog of surveyed worlds. When they'd shown Earth's delegates the biodiversity readings from designation 447, the xenobiologists had practically trembled with excitement. A world in the Goldilocks zone, oxygen-rich atmosphere, complex ecosystem, and completely incompatible with every known alien species in the collective. The toxins alone should have killed him within hours, Zithrak muttered, zooming the observation feed closer. Alex moved through the undergrowth with surprising grace for a creature the Caltharians considered absurdly large. At 6'2", he towered over most collective species. The spore count in that jungle exceeds safety thresholds for 73 cataloged species. Lisa smiled grimly. Humans are persistence hunters, observer. We evolved on a death world. Our immune systems treat your deadly toxins like a mild inconvenience. On screen, Alex had stopped moving. He stood in a small clearing, surrounded by bioluminescent fungi that cast eerie shadows across his sweat-dampened face. He'd stripped down to basic pants and boots, leaving his torso exposed, a calculated decision that had horrified their alien hosts. Reduced armor increases mortality risk by 47%, Zithrak had argued during the mission briefing. Reduced weight increases mobility and decreases thermal signature, Alex had countered. Besides, your armor wouldn't stop a Vrexith anyway. I checked your casualty reports. The Vrexith emerged from the canopy like a nightmare-given flesh. 12 feet of corded muscle, 6 limbs ending in curved talons, and a head that split vertically to reveal 3 rows of crystalline teeth. Its hide rippled with chromatophores, making it nearly invisible against the jungle backdrop. The creature had evolved as an ambush predator so effective that it had no natural enemies on designation 447. Lisa's breath caught. Even through the remote feed, the Vrexith radiated menace. Contact, Zithrak announced unnecessarily. Human vital signs, heart rate 142, adrenaline spike detected, respiratory rate increasing. Recommendation, immediate extraction. Negative, Lisa said, voice steady despite her white-knuckled grip on the console. Alex makes the call. On screen, Alex had turned to face the predator. No weapons, no armor, just one human and one apex predator exactly as planned. The Vrexith circled, its hunting intelligence evident in every calculated movement. It had killed dozens of collective researchers over the years, despite shields, weapons, and orbital support. The creature seemed to understand technology, adapting its tactics accordingly. Alex did something that made every Caltharian on the observation deck recoil in horror. He screamed. Not a scream of fear, a challenge. A roar that echoed through the jungle, transmitted through his subdermal communicator with crystal clarity. It was the sound of a predator, not prey. The Vrexith hesitated. Impossible, Zithrak breathed. Prey species do not, they cannot. We're not prey, Lisa said quietly. We never were. The Vrexith lunged blindingly fast. Its foreclaws swept toward Alex's torso with enough force to shear through composite armor. Alex moved, not away but forward and to the side, using the creature's momentum against it. One massive taloned limb whistled past his ribs, missing by centimeters. He's using the Matador protocol, Lisa explained, watching the telemetry. Humans have been dodging charging predators since the Pleistocene. We're really good at it. The Vrexith spun with terrifying agility, tail whipping around. Alex dropped flat, rolled, came up running. The alien predator's roar shook the jungle canopy, but there was something new in the sound now. Frustration. Confusion. Its attack patterns are degrading, Zithrak observed, tentacles unconsciously loosening from his throne. Prey should not evade. Persistence hunting, Lisa repeated. We don't have to be faster, we just have to last longer. For 18 minutes, human and alien predator danced through the clearing. The Vrexith struck with biological weapons honed over millions of years of evolution. Alex countered with something older: intelligence, pattern recognition, and the psychological warfare of a species that had climbed to the top of Earth's food chain by refusing to quit. The Vrexith was faster, stronger, better armed. But Alex was smarter, and he never stopped moving. Every failed strike cost the creature energy. Every near miss added to its mounting confusion. Vrexith respiration elevated, a Caltharian technician reported. Core temperature increasing, it's exhausting itself. Apex predators from stable ecosystems aren't adapted for extended engagements, Lisa said. They ambush, kill quickly, or give up. Alex is forcing it outside its evolutionary comfort zone. The moment came suddenly. The Vrexith lunged again, but its movements had lost their precision. Alex didn't dodge, he charged forward, inside the creature's reach. His hands found purchase on its forward limb, using every ounce of his mass to redirect its momentum. They went down together in a tangle of limbs. No, 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 Zithrak chittered, all four eyes wide. Ground combat with a Vrexith is certain death. The ventral claws will eviscerate. Alex's arm wrapped around the creature's neck from behind, or what passed for a neck on the Vrexith's anatomy. It was a choke hold, refined over centuries of human martial arts. Not trying to break the creature's spine, that would be impossible, just cutting off blood flow to its brain. The Vrexith thrashed, and Lisa saw Alex's shoulder dislocate from the violence of the movement. His scream of pain was transmitted clearly, but his grip never loosened. Blood ran down his side where one talon had found purchase, but his legs wrapped around the creature's thorax, controlling its movement. Vrexith neurological function declining, the technician reported, voice filled with disbelief. It's losing consciousness. Humans can hold their breath for minutes, Lisa said. Can the Vrexith? The answer became apparent as the creature's struggles weakened, then stopped. Alex held the position for another 30 seconds, then carefully released his grip. The Vrexith lay still, its chromatophores flickering randomly as its brain rebooted from oxygen deprivation. Alex rolled away, cradling his dislocated shoulder. His voice came through the calm, ragged but triumphant. Extraction requested. And someone tell Lisa I want hazard pay for this. The observation deck was silent. 12 Caltharian researchers stared at the screen, their bioluminescence dimming in what Lisa had learned was profound shock. It survived, Zithrak finally whispered. It defeated. How? Humans are persistence hunters, Lisa repeated for the third time. We evolved on a world where everything was trying to kill us, So we got creative, got stubborn, and refused to die. She smiled at the observer's shocked expression. Welcome to humanity, Zithrak. We're the species that looked at nature's apex predators and said, not good enough. As the extraction shuttle descended toward Alex's location, Lisa pulled up the mission report template. The Caltharian Science Collective had tested humanity, intentionally or not, measuring them against the deadliest creature on one of the galaxy's most hostile worlds. One human, no weapons, no armor. And he'd won. The galaxy, Lisa reflected, had no idea what it was in for. Humanity had just been cleared for colonization rights on worlds the collective considered uninhabitable. Designation 447 would need a new name soon, something human. On screen, Alex gave a tired thumbs up to the descending shuttle, his other arm hanging uselessly at his side, blood mixing with sweat and alien spores. He was grinning. Zithrak made a sound that the translator couldn't parse, something between awe and terror. Your species is insane, he finally managed. Lisa laughed. Yeah, we know, that's what makes us good at this. The Infinite Curiosity turned slowly in orbit, its sensors recording every detail of the encounter below. In research stations across the collective, xenobiologists would study this data for years, trying to understand how a species could be simultaneously so fragile and so unkillable. But Lisa already understood. Humanity hadn't conquered Earth by being the strongest or the fastest. They'd done it by being the species that never, ever gave up. And they just brought that same stubborn refusal to die to the stars. And